Good day, especially to our PN Health 4 teacher, Miss J&M Ladia, to all viewers. I am Tisha May M. Asotilia, and I would like to greet you all a pleasant day to everyone. Our video presentation entitled Types of Swimming Styles and Strokes, together with my group mates, Miss Batatas, Miss Bulacan, Miss Blanco, Miss Caballas, Miss Kawade, Miss Daprosa, Mr. Mansera, Mr. Tumulak, Mr. Pawan, Mr. Tunggak, and Mr. Zonio. Whenever you want to learn how to swim for competition, exercise, or safety, it's best to learn several different swimming strokes as each offer different advantages in different situations. For competition, the versatility will allow swimmers to complete in the multiple events. For exercise, different muscles are used for different strokes, so learning of all of the strokes provides a more comprehensive workout. And for safety, different strokes can be used depending on the dangers of a particular situation. The different types of swimming styles and strokes mainly include the freestyle stroke, backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly stroke, side stroke, and many more. Here are the 8 different types of swimming styles and strokes. The first one is the freestyle or front crawl. The front crawl is likely the first swimming stroke you think of when you picture swimming. It is commonly called the freestyle stroke, as most swimmers choose to use this stroke in freestyle events as it is the fastest. Freestyle, also known as the front crawl. This is the classic swimming posture. The freestyle is a great, rather competitive and exercise stroke and allows you to swim longer distances without exhaustion. To execute the freestyle front crawl, first extend your arms straight down and back, cupping your hand to pull the water past your hips. Then, raise your arm out of the water, bending at the elbow before extending it in front of you. Next, tilt your head to the side when you need to take a breath. Exhale while face down in the water and between strokes. Then alternate strokes so that one arm is extending in front while the other is pulling through the water. And lastly, use a flutter kick to propel your body forward with your legs. Keep your feet extended and use small motions to create a bubbling surface on the water. This is the most common and popular stroke in freestyle races. Is the front crawl, as this style is the fastest. For this reason, the term freestyle is often used as a synonym for front crawl. In short, the front crawl requires you to flutter kick your feet while reaching forward with alternating strokes. Second, the backstroke.
Start. First, when you're doing the backstroke, start with your body laying as flat on the surface of the water as possible. Second, let your head sit semi-submerged in the water. Make sure that the water is covering your ears almost completely. It's alright if it touches the corners of your face, but it shouldn't be getting into your eyes, nose, or mouth. Avoid bringing your chin to your chest while doing the backstroke, since it lifts your head out of the water and makes you less aerodynamic. 3. Make use of a flutter kick as soon as you're in the position on your back. Make sure that you are straightened, close together, and lined up below your hips. Use short kicking motions to propel yourself forward. As you raise one leg, kick the other down, and vice versa. Remember to keep your legs straight and kick from your hips rather than from your knees. 4. While doing backstrokes, use a long, fluid arm motion. Once you start to kick forward, keep your arms at your side. Reach one arm up in front of you. Make sure that you're pointing towards the sky or ceiling. Bring it up over your head, by your ear, and down into the water. It will be pointing in the direction you're traveling. When your arm hits the water, bring it down and scull outward to propel yourself forward. As you do this, raise the other arm and perform the same motion. Repeat. 5. Position your hands in a way that minimizes resistance. Your hands should enter and exit the water with their edges first, not your palms. When you lift your arm out of the water, lead with your thumb, and when it enters the water, lead with your pinky finger. When your hand is under the water, pulling you forward, rotate it so that your palm is facing your feet. Remember to rotate your shoulders and hips with each stroke. As you raise each arm, rotate your shoulders upwards. Rotate the opposite shoulder downwards. You should be using it to pull the other hand under the water. Simultaneously, twist your hips slightly with each kick. You should have a ever so slight wiggle in your motion. Your right hip should go down when your right leg kicks, and vice versa. 7. When it comes to breathing, breathe in as one arm leaves the water, then breathe out as the other leaves the water. 8. As you approach a wall, turn over to your front so you can see where you're going. Then repeat this same procedure as you go back.
3. The breaststroke.
So what is breaststroke swimming? A swimming stroke executed in a prone position by coordinating a kick in which the legs are brought forward with the knees together and the feet are turned outward and whipped back with a glide in a backward sweeping movements of the arms. Breaststroke is a much better cardiovascular workout than the other stroke. It helps strengthen heart and lungs while tuning tights, upper back, triceps, hamstring, and lower legs. It helps to work and tone the chest muscles. It looks like this.
4. The butterfly stroke.
The butterfly is an advanced swimming stroke that provides an excellent workout. It can be both difficult and tiring to learn, but it is also a lot of fun. It is the second fastest competitive stroke and the favorite stroke of Olympic legend Michael Phelps.
Hello everyone, I'm Winibal C. Caballes, and I'm here to explain about butterfly stroke. So first, do you know what is the butterfly stroke? So the butterfly stroke is a fundamental swimming technique. The dynamic stroke necessitates practice, form, and fitness. Swimmers perform the butterfly stroke face down, swinging their arms symmetrically while kicking their feet together in a movement known as a butterfly kick or dolphin kick. Here is the brief history of butterfly stroke. The butterfly stroke is the most recent of the 4 competitive swimming strokes, which are freestyle, B-stroke, and backstroke. Swimmers use these strokes all throughout the world and at the highest level. They compete for Olympic gold. The butterfly stroke is said to have evolved from the B-stroke, the lowest of the strokes. Sidney Cavell, an Australian swimmer, is credited with inventing the butterfly stroke in the early 20th century. Other competitive swimmers and coaches like Henry Mayers and David Armbruster contributed to the development of the stroke. So, learning to swim butterfly can be difficult since it requires sophisticated skills as well as physical stamina. So, it is useful to divide the stroke into chunks by focusing on distinct parts of the body, which is the body position, arm stroke and leg stroke. So now, I'll show you how to do it. Let's go!
Then, side stroke.
The side stroke is a swimming stroke that is named after the swimmer's position in the water, which is on their side, the symmetric arm and leg movements. It is useful as a life-saving technique and is frequently employed for long-distance swimming. Lifeguards frequently employ side stroke to tow injured people. The right arm is not used by lifesavers since it would pull a casualty. It is indispensable because it enables people who are injured, immobile, or unconscious to reach the water's edge. So now, I will show you a video on how to properly demonstrate the side stroke.
Next is elementary backstroke.
The elementary backstroke is a swim stroke that is swung on the back, using a reverse breaststroke kick in a simple synchronous underwater arm. Elementary backstroke. This is a variation from the typical backstroke you see. It uses a reverse breaststroke kick while your arms move in sync beneath the water. It's called elementary because of its simple technique that's easy to pick up. And it often one of the first swim stroke to new swimmers for this reason. This stroke is often taught to children using fun nicknames for the parts of the movement.
Then, combat side stroke.
Combat side stroke. Combat side stroke or CSS is a variation of the side stroke that was developed by and tough to the United States Navy SEAL Stay Smith and Terry Laughlin to the immersion swimming. This is the step 1.
Lastly, the last stroke is trudgeon.
So what is a trudgeon swimming? A trudgeon swimming is the effective and fastest swimming style to approach a drowning person due to the speed and to stay focused on the drowning person. But before that, there are proper steps on applying the trudgeon swimming. First step is the front crawl. A front crawl is the pull of your hands with your palms facing down by pressing your arms alternately through the water with elbows straight. The elbow should then be lifted from the water until the other hand emerges. As one arm passes through the water, the other hand reaches forward to start another stroke. Second step is that your chin should be high above to the surface of the water. Your head should not move left and right to keep your eye on the person you are saving.